Hello, everybody. My name's Ardendris, and welcome back to All the Mods 10. I'll go over the thing I'm standing on in a moment. Anyways, last time we went ahead and actually got our Insanium Essence B. So let's just go in here real quick. Curious if it's actually going to be out or if I'm going to have to wait a moment. Here it is, our little friend here. We basically took a bunch of our crystalline bees, squished them up to get, it turned them into Prospera bees, and squished them up for to get all the DNA we needed to get to the Prospera bee egg. And from there, I feel like I just yelled on the mic there, sorry. From there, we just took all of the essence we've been gathering. You have to go through all the inferium, all the prudentium, tertium, so on and so forth in order, and eventually we got our insanium essence B, so that's just doing its business in there. We also, or technically before we'd started last time, I've gone in and grabbed a few more draconic bees, so now we have more of those running a little bit better. And we're up to 7 chunks, which might be enough to make at least one upgrade. I don't know. We need one more of them for the inactive dragon egg, and then the inactive dragon egg will let us upgrade our heated centrifuge. But that also needs 2 upgrades. Oh wait, no, upgrade speeds isn't a tough one. Do I wait out for 4 more draconic dust and get the better centrifuge? The better centrifuge does a block, so it works a lot faster. Although I won't be able to automate it in the same way. But it also does have higher odds, I think. Heated centrifuge. Let's look at this real quick. Heated centrifuge. Does it show its stuff in here? 60% chance for 4. Amount. Okay, that one will always give some of that, but low odds. Where is draconic? Or actually, we can look at the recipe for draconic dust here. 30% chance from 1 comb to get 4 versus 30% chance. Okay, so getting the heated one's not going to improve draconic dust creation, it doesn't look like. Actually, will it? What's the math on that? 30% chance, 1 30% chance to get 1, or 1 30% chance to get 4. Actually, but it's 4 times the cost? I don't know. There's probably some math to figure out if that's worth it or not. Is there a way to increase the odds of it working? Is that what productivity does? If it is, then getting some productivity upgrades, and that is always going to be better. I don't know, we'll decide on that in a moment. Anyways, we did that. We now have more of those going. We now have 6 Insanium Essence produced by our bee friends, so that's something at least. That can just go in here for now. I'm going to be needing it in a moment. Why'd I put it away if I'm going to need it in a moment? I don't know. Anyways, that's all of that. And then we went back to the Bumble Zone, probably for the last time, at least for now. Went ahead and rematched the white the white Sempiternal Sanctum, and actually won this time. The trick was, just don't use Morgan at all. A Morgan's insta-kill and wide-ranging sweep and all those extra effects, they'll just end up killing one. So what you actually have to do is get them all down really low, and then when you kill all 6 of them at the exact same time, it will respawn 4 of them. That's where I started thinking I was breaking and messing up, but no, it's just like a multi-stage fight. I probably could have won it multiple times, I just didn't understand what was going wrong. So that's something. We managed to beat it. And it's kind of the most useless essence. I don't know. It essentially acts like a Totem of Undying that works every 40 minutes. But but it also puts all of your other essence on cooldown, and unlike a Totem of Undying, it respawns you essentially. Essentially, it's effectively just a death for us. It lets you keep your stuff. Actually, no, there's literally no reason for us to use that. It teleports you back to your spawn point, and heals you up to full. Speaking is very difficult right now. Like, you know what death does? If you use keep inventory, there is literally no reason to use that thing, is there? Like, why, yeah, you'd rather just use a totem of undying, like, and just keep the fight going. It effectively does the exact same thing. Yeah, I don't know when you'd ever use that thing. The more I think about that thing, the less useful it seems, and it already didn't seem very useful. I don't know, that's a little bit of a letdown. But other than that, we just went to the crystalline flower, tested out how these crystal flowers work, basically feed it a bunch of honey, put something in there. You already enchanted? You're already enchanted. Is anything not enchanted? That's not enchanted. Huh? I, I guess you can only put the enchantments on book, but will you just eat an axe? Why will you just eat an axe? That's weird. Will you eat gold? Oh, we'll eat gold. It just doesn't do anything, so why would I even do that? Weird. So, yeah, we tested out the crystalline flower. Essentially, it just lets you spend honey, and then you get to choose what enchantment you want on a book. It's probably good to add into that. It's probably good to have at least one. But I think that was about it, and we're pretty much done with our exploration into the Bumble Zone. Um, Now let's go over this thing. I spent a few hours on last night letting that thing build up draconic chunks and insanium essence. While I was at it, I decided that our queen needs her needs her kingdom here in the overworld. So I've built this little, it doesn't, I guess technically it's holding bees, therefore it's an apiary, but it's more like a terrarium. So, it's basically got all of the special bees from the Bumble Zone in it. I think there's a couple like blue banded slash some of the other ones from, let's see. It doesn't look like any of them out. All of those are Bumble Zone bees, but I believe that somewheres in here is like the blue banded bee or whatever from, that mod, from Productive Bees. I just don't see it right now. I'm gonna need to add in more hives at some point. I don't think all these bees can sit in, but I don't think they actually have to. I don't care about this honey. This is just for show. And our queen here, so that we can always just come in and trade with her, get some extra honey stuff going. And essentially, this just acts like a regen room for us, too. If we're on, like, low health for whatever reason and the slime machine's not working, we can just go sit in there. So that's all pretty cool. I put all 3 buckets of that stuff in there. I should really take one with me, but I'll do that later on. So, I think it looks pretty nice. I eventually need to build either like a little pen or somewhere's to, or something for our little behemoth friend. I gave it a few honey pieces. What happens when you give it a royal jelly? We haven't tried it yet. Here, friend. This gives you like a... Oh, that's 250, so only 4 of those would be enough. That's pretty good. I'm not using it for anything else, so... grab a couple of those, and then just some extra honey besides. And let's go get our queen behemoth, shall we? So, let's see. That brings you to 9... Let me off. You'll take honey bottles, but you won't take just honeycombs. I didn't realize that. Oh well, I guess I grabbed the wrong thing. I thought both would work. So, honey bottles, 1, 2, 3. I think that should be more than enough. You just gonna hang out there? And, oh, your max health went up to 59 now. That's pretty cool. I wonder if that's the royal jelly. Regal friends till the end. So now you're a queen behemoth. Oh, and you have a cute little crown, max health of 60. That's cute. Since you're a queen behemoth, what I'll probably do is give you your own smaller throne and get a couple extra behemoths too. Probably build a smaller, tiny little apiary next to it. So, I just think it's pretty cute. I used a lot of sakura wood and some of this flowering stuff. I'd love to put more of the flowering stuff on like these slope pieces on the roof, but didn't really work. There's a little bit of weirdness with part of it, but I think it came out pretty nice. Anyways, today, since we're done with our bee explorations, it's probably best to get back to some amount of progress towards the ATM star. So what I think we're gonna focus on is going to be the essences, or the alloys rather. There was something else I had wanted to do too. I had just forgotten. Oh, thank you. Let's see. Oh yes. Let's make one of the Aldemodium seeds. That's something I'd wanted to do. So someone was talking about this. Right now, it doesn't really seem like we need them, but I'm assuming we're going to start running through this stuff pretty quickly once we reach that super high-end stuff. So let's go ahead and make all the modium seeds. So, because that's the one we have the least of. So essentially, how this works, use all the modium in the infusion. There it is, infusion crystal, 1 prosperity seed, 4 all the modium, 4 insanium. And then this stuff specifically grows on magical soil, which that part's going to be difficult. So, magical farmland, or magical soil. It's magical soil. And then you can see these ones specifically are magical class. Okay, so there's 2 recipes. This one's slightly cheaper as far as essence goes, but we don't know how to get the tree sapling we need. Other than that, I think we could do that one more easily. Or we take an insanium farmland and 4 dragon scales and then an insanium block. We don't really have enough of this stuff to do all of the seeds right now, so we just have to settle for 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, what was it? It's, oh yes, dragon scales. Dragon scales. We have plenty of these. 3, 4. And then a prosperity seed base, which I forgot to actually grab. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1 of these. Cool. Nope, that's not what we need right here. Well, we're going to need that for the seeds themselves, but we actually need an insanium farmland. 1 of these. 1 of these. I already had 1 of those on me. And a singular piece of dirt, which I thought I had some stored in my backpack, but I guess I'll grab them here. So that, and that gets us the farmland. And like so, gets us magical soil. I'm going to assume this doesn't need to be watered in any way. I also should set this up with extra speed up things. I just didn't build them preemptively for some reason. Is there a seed I can just replace for right now? Iridium. I mean, probably. Let's see. We're gonna need those. We're gonna need the elemental essences in a little bit when we start Forbidden Arcanus, which is gonna be pretty soon. I mean, I don't need the armadillo seeds, but it's one of the worst placed things. I guess I could just build 1 more growth accelerator and just pump power into it. Did I save the recipe? I didn't save the growth accelerator recipe. Why? Accelerator. That helps if you spell it right. Let's save that recipe. Oh yes, I also want to make this infernal chalice real quick. It says this thing can store a bunch of lava and protect you from lava damage. We're gonna need a lot of lava soon. I did build a lot of these and I did build some of this and then I restarted the game and got deleted from the computer system. So, void... Hold on, it didn't? I could have sworn part of the recipe stuff I put in for this thing was in the computer system and then I reloaded and got deleted. And now it's just working? Did stuff get undeleted? I haven't seen that happen yet. That would be pretty nice. So, Infernal Tier. I already made the Infernal Claws. That one's the easy part. And just this chalice piece. Bucket, another Void Tier. A singular bucket, a single piece of gold, and another Void Tier. So, here we are. I forgot I need to make you Emperor's Chalice. There we go. That's infinite water. So maybe we should just keep 1 of those while we're at it too. But we already more or less have infinite water. Infernal Chalice. I'll probably just bring this thing with me to the Nether at some point soon. But let's go make the seeds, and then I guess I'll make 1 more growth accelerator real quick. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and prosperity seeds. And thus we have all the modium seeds. Are you the armadillo? You're the armadillo. Cool. So thank you for these. And we're gonna try this. I know this isn't gonna work, but let's just attempt it, shall we? All the modium seeds. Requires magical soil below. Okay, so you can plant it. I wasn't even really expecting to be able to plant it at all. I thought it was gonna give me a failure thing. So, might as well see what our reward for that is. I'm probably going to turn this rain off in a moment. It's causing a little bit of lag. Oh, and then you need to make magical soil anyways. Hold on, didn't I already? Give me that. Thank you. Magical soil, thanks for the free, probably random seeds. A premium gemstone, thank you. There's two ways I could see this working. Does it work like that? Or does it work... Okay, so essentially this magical oil looks like it's going to work like a Prudentium accelerator. Oops, that didn't exactly go as I want. Oh yes, I took off the night vision goggles for a little bit. So there's that. And then, let's see, there's this. That can go here, I think. There. There. And then just grab a single piece of farmland. This doesn't matter. It can just be any dirt. And this should work just fine, I think. All the modium. You can see it start to grow. I should grab the thing, because that's not going to get... It's going to take a little bit to get watered, and I think it will just grow faster. Oh, wait, no, it did work. So there's that. Let's make another growth accelerator. Quartz, glass, iron, and extra stuff. That's only going to go into the backpack. It's not going to be set up for anything else. Quartz, glass, flux network cables, iron, and a flux block. Where's my flux? There it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thankfully, I can just duplicate these things just permanently as long as I have the resources. I forgot to make the block. Actually, I can just duplicate everything here. I have way more of everything that I possibly need right now. So, growth accelerator. This can just go here. And I forgot to grab the wires I need to power it. So, here they are. That... Okay, I was making sure the thing actually set up in the right direction so that it wasn't just like upside down compared to everything. So now, let's see. We're already up to 11 of that. 8 of it is a single nugget. Ew. Huh? Did I... Uses, cruxes? Huh? Why is it showing up on cruxes there when I click on uses? That's a bit weird. Anyways, we now have 2 nuggets of all the modium through essences. We'll just let that go. Okay, it's getting super sped, and I could super speed it faster with the essence thing, or with the thing we have to speed boost growing. So that's going good. This is getting filled up. I should probably take off the wither skeleton thing at some point. We're just gonna let that keep going. Now I have some inventory stuff to deal with real quick, and what are we getting up to next? I think it's time to start making alloys. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with the easiest of the alloys for us to get, shall we? So, and that is going to be the unobtainium, all the modium alloy, because our enchanting apparatus and all of our essence is the most built up right now. So I needed to make just one more of more or less all of these. I had 8. And then they all get turned into blocks like so. This. Huh? Huh? Did it not say... How do I make you again? Did it not say... Oh yes, I want to make the block versions of these. The unobtainium... Unobtainium block, water essence, piglet charts... Oh, fire, earth, air, and water are the only ones you need. Okay, so I guess I made more than I needed. Earth. And here's the earth one. So we need all 4 of those. Then we're going to need to go grab those piglet charts we've been saving as well. So all of you can go back in here. I guess it makes sense that it needs the elemental stuff. And, yeah, it needs the elemental stuff rather than the, like... type stuff? I don't even know. Also, all of my things are over here. I probably should have prepared a little bit better for this. Give me that back. I said give me that back. Do I just break these while I just pick up everything on top of them anyways? Yes, I will. Cool. So I need 8 of these. I guess you can keep the last one. I should just build more of these. Some for down there and some for over here. Anyways, these just go like so. And I believe we figured out that order does not matter for this. We can just place these anywheres. So, all of our Elemental essences can just go like that. Cool. I'm also going to need to grab some source jars for this. Anyways, we're doing this the block style rather than the single one, just to get more at a time. Hello there, trader. So, 2 piglet hearts, an unobtainium block, and an aldemodium block, and a source gem block. 2, an unobtainium, an aldemodium. Did that the wrong order, but okay. Piglet hearts, we need 2 of these blocks. That's also pretty simple. We're going to need more of those blocks anyways, so you can just stay in there. And then a single source block gem as well, or source gem block. Words are hard. And this should get us our first essence. Blocks work like that. I keep forgetting how these blocks work specifically. Not enough source. It says it needs 90,000. How much do I have saved right now? I believe these all totaled 10,000, right? There's all of those. I'm going to need to make more jars and fill them up, I think, because I think I only have 8 jars right now. You're completely full. Now, apparently I only have 7. That's not going to be enough, but I should be able to do... I might have to build a source relay real quick to actually do this, or just go down to making the blocks instead. So, will this at least start the ritual? Nope, still not enough source nearby. How do I make these jars again? I probably should get that recipe saved as well. I'm gonna have so many saved recipes. Source jar. Oh, you can make an unobtainium source jar that will hold an infinite amount, it looks like. I mean, that also takes 10,000. Source jar, 3 archwood slabs, 2 glass. That's easy enough. You know what, let's make this super good jar real quick. That should be able to store a bunch of it. Do I have slabs saved in here? This was supposed to be the easy one. I didn't even think that it was going to cost that much source. So, source jar just needs some glass. Hopefully it didn't get deleted, because I know I was saving a bunch in here. Oh wait, no, I wasn't saving it in there. I was saving it in my backpack. But oh well, I have this colored glass to use too. So just this. There's that. This we're going to go evolve into unobtainium real quick. Let me pull all the essence stuff out and set this up for unobtainium instead. It's just gonna take a moment. Okay, and with that, this should empty an entire full jar. Yes, it did. Oh, for a second I thought one of these said 95 on them. I thought it took more than a full jar. And we just grab that source jar. Thank you for the unobtainium one. I have no idea how much source this thing holds, but there's a decent chance that this has enough source saved in it that it's just going to get pretty close to full immediately. 10%. This thing did not have as much source saved in it as I thought it did. Okay, 20, 30. I'm curious if this is going to be 10 times better. Does this thing hold 10,000 on its own? Where's my other jar? Here it is. Actually, no, I shouldn't. Oh, yeah, every time this gets filled up 10%, this gets instantly filled. So this is equivalent to 10 jars, which means we should actually have enough source already. And in fact, I should be able to grab all the jars, just fill this one up and grab every other jar and just empty it completely. I kind of want to. I think that's how I want to do it. Or do I want to start, or just evolve all of our jars into unobtainium? I think we could just do that, and that's probably going to be the better way to do it, just so we can just make that all the time. I don't know. I don't know how I want to do this. Anyways, just grab the jars back out, and let me set this back up. It shouldn't be too hard. I just need to grab out all the blocks and whatnot again. Okay, now we should have more than enough source stored over here. And in fact, it emptied everything and left that one at 70%. Or emptied all but one and left one at 70. And thus, we should now have our first block of... Where is it? Unobtainium aldemodium alloy block. And do that just to complete the achievement. Waha! Actual progress, and it gives us 3 of each for free. So... I think we need those blocks actually for the star itself. I just don't know how many. So let's just turn you back into a block. And you are used in the Runic Star Altar 28. You know what? That's probably not as bad as it sounds. 28 blocks of that is equivalent to 28 blocks of aldemodium and unobtainium. So technically speaking, we could get all of the alloy blocks we need of this for the star right now, but we won't have enough for everything else. So yeah, it's a good thing we're going to start growing on aldemodium, because I saw that number and was like, we have so much of that, we don't need that yet, but as expected, we're going to need so much more of it pretty soon. So the blocks themselves are just used for the star, it looks like. What is this what are the alloys used for? We need one each for the infinity things. Oh yes, I did get the 6 times sand we need, so we can get infinite sand as soon as we have all 3 essences and a big enough storage component. Just realized that's 256 million, not 256k. That is gonna be a problem. Ooh, the infinity lava cell would actually be pretty nice too. Let's see. So is this really just used for infinite drives, and it's used for the alloy blocks? Am I just making the I'm just making the alloy to say I made the alloy right now. Is that really what's just happening? Okay, I guess we're just making the alloys to say we made the alloys. I guess you get to get stored up in this thing right now. We can't use them until we start getting into Hephaestus or actually making the star. I didn't even think to look that far ahead. I was thinking, oh, let's make the cool thing, but we don't have a use for the cool thing yet. Oh well. Anyways, let's start, I guess we'll start working on the next one. Vibranium unobtainium. This is in the dissolution chamber. This is the next easiest one for us right now. 4 pink slime, soul lava. Once again, I think we're going to go for the block just to be faster. Pink slime, I have a bunch of. I just need to get it into pink slime balls, because I don't think I have enough of those. Pink slime. Oh yeah, we have 2 of these right now. How do you make them again? How do we make the blocks fast? A glass block and a bunch of pink slime in the dissolution chamber. That's going to be the best way to do this. Dissolution chamber is right here. It's powered, but has nothing pouring into it. So just grab this. And piping, which is already just set up like so. There's that. And the wrench. I don't have any speed boost in this thing right now, but I really should. And is just going to use... Will this stuff just work? I think we need a singular one. Nope, apparently we need regular glass, which I think is stored in here. Yes, it is. So, just 32 of those things. Oh yeah, I have to feed it through one at a time. I forgot about that. Oh well, how many blocks of these do we need for... how do we make you again? 4 blocks, that's not too bad. And then I just grab out the soul lava from... I believe it's in that chest over there. I don't quite remember right now. 4 of those. Soul lava, I have 16 of it right now. Nope, I have 19 of it, 17 of it right now. So we have enough. I just need to pour it in here. 2, 3, and 4. And then just grab the soul lava, and we have everything else we're going to need. 12. That requires more power than this thing can hold at maximum. Solution? I do not know. This is not... Is this industrial foregoing? I don't remember. Yes, it is. Is there an upgrade to make these things hold more power? That's processing power. Voltaire extended industrialization. I'm going to assume it has to be an upgrade of some sort. This is going to require more research. How do I expand this thing's battery to actually let it do that? Or do we just attempt it and hope it works? Processing would be nice. That just makes it go a lot faster, I think. Or lets it do multiple at one time. I don't know. I haven't tried processing in this machine. So there's that. Time to pipe that out. I'll grab the soul lava and just put it in buckets in there. So we're going to need more of you for 2 more blocks. And then 2 block... I guess I'll just make as many blocks as I can. 1 block of unobtainium. and 1 block of vibranium, and that should be everything we need. 1, 2, and then all 4 of those. Just grab the soul lava. And is this just going to work or not? I really don't know. Inventory is such a problem right now. Okay, just put in the lava. Oh, nope. I did that the wrong way. I'm Wait, huh? That took almost no soul lava and just did not require power. Okay, cool. Wait, did I actually look at how much soul lava that actually requires? Yeah, it requires less than a singular bucket. Okay, I overestimated how difficult that part was going to be. But we now have our first block of that alloy, which is pretty cool. All that can get stored back in there. This one I could actually do a few times over. I just need to keep running pink slime through. Cat, are you okay? She just jumped herself awake. Anyways, go ahead, get that achievement. This stuff, I'm going to assume, much like the other one, just used for infinity drives, used for make that. You know, it's very cool that this exists. I would have expected it to have way more uses than it actually does, though. And the dust itself, you can turn it into, doesn't have any uses either. So, how many of these things do we need for the unobtainium block? Or the Aldemodium star, rather? Block itself has no uses, except if you want to compress it. I feel like compressing that is literally just for showing off. Like, oh yeah, I have compressed blocks. So we need 2... How exactly do you awaken this stuff? Awakened unobtainium vibranium alloy block. We need 2 of those. Which... Runic Star... okay, so... You get the Runic Star Altar. You run one of these through with some Supremium 4 unbreaking blocks. Awakened Supremium Gemstones, or Awakened Supremium Essence, which means the Awakening thing from Mystical Agriculture. Still need to set up that, too. So you know what? That part... the 2 of those seems significantly easier than 28 of the other alloys. But, yeah, just 2 of them through the Awakening thing we'll figure out later on. So, yeah, we could actually just get both of those blocks we're going to need right now. And how many of these ingots do we need as well? 1 each per each of those to basically just make a 3rd block. And we'd probably have enough for everything we'd probably want for this. Yeah, it's 1 for that. There's 4 tools you can make with it, so there's 4. And then, yeah, there's probably 5 infinity things I'm gonna want in total. Eventually it would be nice to have all the infinity things, but 5 of them are gonna be super important. Yeah. Yeah, why do I... You need so much less of that alloy, and it's so much easier to get. That's weird. So, that's pretty cool. That one joins the list and can just go up here for now. Let's just go and make the final alloy while we're at it. Well, this one's going to be a whole lot harder with that 1 billion FE requirement. Can we even make that? Do I have to wait until I can make the turbine for that? I could probably build the turbine right now, it's just going to be a bit of a pain. Block of nitro crystal. How do we get nitro crystal? Or it's 9 blocks of nitro crystal, which is 9 nitro... this one's actually difficult. Also, it requires nether stars for that. Oh my goodness, this part's actually difficult. A nether star, 2 redstone blocks, and a block of blazing crystal. So we have infinite redstone, and we have infinite blazing crystals, and we have infinite nether stars. It's just a question, it's just going to take a while to run it through. I'm going to need to upgrade our energizing orb for that, I think. So, I do have it all stored away in here. Well, not here, it's a different backpack, but it's all in this backpack. We just need to continue working through power. Oh, thank you. Do we make the heated centrifuge right now? Might as well. Oh, you actually have stuff in you for once. That doesn't happen very often. Ancient comb. One time I was about to grab it and it's actually running stuff through. Of course. I guess I'll turn one of you into a heated centrifuge and the other one's just gonna have to wait. Or Actually, hold on. How much of this do I need for the one that turns into blocks instead? So it's 2. Oh, let's see. 4. We have 8 right now? Yeah, we have 8. So 4 of them for the block, and then you need productivity beta as well, which I believe is 4 of those. Yeah, it's 4 productivity alphas, which is each 2. 2, 4, 6, 8 at 12. 12 to get blocks instead, which is essentially just quadruple production. Yeah, that's probably more important. And then I'll put that on the Draconic Bee nest. I should probably actually filter one to only be Draconic Bees. I think there is a filter you can build for that purpose. So, yeah, I think block's more important. I'll hold off before making the heated centrifuge. Anyways, I digress. Powa, we need to upgrade our system here. I believe we're going to need stronger wires for this too, because right now we just have these energy starters basic, which can be evolved into... Oh wait, no, these are starter. Oh, these ones are the basic ones. 2 and a bunch of those. You know what, let's just start with basic. Oh, just starter ones are pointless. Hardened capacitor, more dielectric thing. Oh yeah, I forgot I have to make basic capacitors, turn them into higher end capacitors, turn them into higher end capacitors. It's a lot. It's kind of silly. I wish there was options for skipping all the path or all the steps, but you can't for some reason. I don't know. Anyways, these basic ones, block of quartz, dielectric casing. I don't know. It's I wish there was some skip. I wish there were some steps you could skip, but you're just not allowed to skip most of these steps. It's a little bit much. Anyways, you're energizing steel, 4 of you, and you are blazing crystals. I'm going to need all of you. I did have some blazing crystals in the computer, but they got deleted. Yeah, and inventory is just a complete mess. Anything non-essential right now is just getting tossed in here. So that's basically all of that, except for a pickaxe. I need a pickaxe. And you can go in there. Anyways, yeah, this is just going to be a lot of me taking dielectric, power, capacitor, bigger capacitor, so on and so forth until I can get, like, probably, I should build one more of these, which is dielectric casings, which is more iron. Maybe I should just toss everything in the computer for a little bit. That should make this a little bit easier at least. So all of you gets put in here. I should probably have saved those recipes. And at Powa, I think works. Yep, there we go. So you get evolved into you. I need quartz blocks. Just make a full stack of those. You get turned, need dielectric casing. Make as many of those as I can. That wasn't very many. Make more of you. I had some. There they are. So this is basically how we're gonna do this. Make as many of you as I can. I needed dielectric paste. Make as... Yeah, this is gonna be a little bit annoying. So there, that. Store coal in here. Cool. Blaze rods. Turn a bunch of you into blaze essence. Or blaze powder. There. Cool. And now back to at Powa. And time to just duplicate these a bunch. 1, 2. That should do. That's less efficient than using lava. It gives you less, but I don't feel like going to get lava. So, yet. Make a bunch of you. Make a bunch of you. And this is essentially what I'm doing. This is mildly annoying, to say the least. Hardened capacitors. I did not put energized steel in here. Where's my energized steel? There's 8 here. Energized steel essence and blazing crystal essence. There's so many steps to this. I'll just see you in a little bit, I think. I think you see what's going to be happening here. You know, using the computer system to do this instead of doing everything by hand makes it so much faster. I really should have been using this crafting terminal more often. I've already gotten up to hardened. It's literally as simple as just going through like that. I made an extra one in more or less an instant. Now I just need blazing capacitors. I made way more of those than I'm going to need. That was a bit of a mistake, but oh well. Now I can go ahead and make 4 of these blazing rods. Blazing energizing rods, rather. How do you get to Niotic? Niotic requires Niotic crystals, which is running diamonds through here. We could do that right now, actually. I just need to power this. I just need to set these up. So, energizing rods, blazing. 4 of them does 8k FE a tick. That's going to be so many ticks. That's only 8, 16, 24, 32,000 ticks, and we're going to need billions of the stuff. Okay. I also need the specific wires to match it. Like, none of the other wires work for this. I need to use energy cables that can do a lot. That also requires hardened capacitors. 1, 2, 3, 4. I didn't need to make that many. I only need 1 set of these. Basic. Hardened. Cool. From there, hardened gets turned into blazing, which does 20k FE a tick. That's actually going to be a mitigating factor. That's not the word I wanted. Or will it be? Hold on. That, and that. So now each of these is getting 20k a tick. I can just do like this. So each of them has their own designated power coming into it, 20k. That's more than they can actually produce. So this should now be able to probably turn a diamond into an iotic really quickly. Oh, it's more or less instant. Okay. So from here, I wish I could speed this up a bit. Can you make niotic blocks, and can said niotic blocks be created through the energizing thing? Cool, they can. That makes this so much easier. I should probably also make seeds or something for this so that I can just have infinite amounts. Let's say 2.7 million happens in about 10 seconds, it looks like. But I'm definitely going to be upgrading these things. And in fact, just 4 of the blocks should be enough to get up to niotic energizing. And then from there, let's see. They have stored power. You can't see their stored power very well. Oh, they're each doing 1.6 million. Cool. So let's grab all of this. Now, to evolve you, go back in here. Actually, grab them out of here. There it is. I forgot they don't stack, so I have to do that. How do I evolve you again? It is going to be more dialectic casings. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then from there, 2 niotic capacitors, which is going to be more of those. So, I think we can just do that right now. And then there's that. I forgot to actually make the niotic things. That. 1. Ooh, there's only 1, and they require basic things, which require you, which requires more iron than I currently have stored in here. Yeah, this is the thing. I should get everything in the computer, but with the problem where it gets deleted if I'm not super specific about how I load in the world, I don't trust just constantly storing everything in the computer all at once. I feel more confident doing this. Anyways, there's that. Recipe, basic. Make a million of those things, which allows us to make 8 of these things in total. We basically had exactly enough. Gets us 4 of these, and they have a max IO of... There we go. They have a max IO of 20k FE a tick. Okay, so that works out perfectly. So they are getting power as quickly as they're using power. So that's 20k FT a tick. Let's just try and make this, shall we? So to make this alloy block, it's block of nitrogen. Let's see, uses the actual block just to speed this along. This might be one that we have to make it in that. So let's actually just store that recipe. Vibranium, aldemodium, vibranium. Does the alloy we're making right now even have a use for the ATM star? I don't remember seeing it. that, and that. And then it's just 1 2 times nitro crystal, which is 9. Cool. I forgot we need to make nitro crystals first. Block of blazing crystal, 2 of those, and a nether star. And I'm going to need a bunch of them. That, and block. It was the blazing crystals, I think. This is yeah, this is the hardest alloy to get. I don't remember even looking at to see if it had a recipe. So where are blazing crystals? That's what it wanted. Blazing crystals. I'm apparently out of them. So let's just go make more. I'll see you in a moment. I have way more of this essence than I need right now. It's just going to take me a moment to make it all. Okay, so I can't make very many of these right now. Also, it's too... That's not too bad. That's still going to be a few moments, though. I'm very glad that I'm going to get 16 of this essence out of this, because I also just did not grab the Niotic stuff in my inventory like that, so I didn't get a quest completed for it. But this thing is it's so silly expensive. Like, that is 81 blocks of the one time. Yeah, that's 2 times for a block event. To a single ingot, I need 9 times, which is 9 blocks of this, which is 8. I need 81 of these things, which that's gonna take a little bit. So for now, I don't know if we can get that alloy. I desperately need to get seeds for this because doing that all by hand is painful. But for the seeds, Niotic essence, nitro crystal seeds, it's 9 of the 1 times, or 4 of the 1 times, which is still 81 times 4 to get the seeds and get a permanent supply of it. That is rather painful. Thankfully, you get a quarter stack. So it's only doing it 5 times for... No, you only have to do it 6 times to get enough to do it once. But that is still a lot. And is Niotic... What's the tiers for power? I didn't even look at this. Power is down here somewhere. It's in energy, it's in power, it's in power. There we go. So we got blazing. I already had those. Ooh, thanks for free energizing rod blazing. Nice. I don't have to make another one of those. I need to make a starter rod so that I can get free rewards for all that stuff. Niotic, thanks for an energy cable Niotic. That's pretty nice. Thanks for something. Come on, go away. Oh, free Niotic crystals. Nitro crystal, thanks for the free nitro crystal. It's a singular one. Why would you ever need a singular nitro crystal? I also completely just skipped a tier here. That would probably speed this along a little bit. I'm going to assume your emerald's in here. Yeah, emerald's in here with a lot of power. So, yeah, this is kind of painful to get the Niotic crystals. What I'll probably do is grab out a bunch of emeralds. And make these all into spirit or whatever it's called first, and that should let us get the the nitro crystals faster. Yeah, that's only a moment to get one of these, and then how many am I going to need? 4 per one. And you need how many of these per turning an energy rod? Is it 2? Yeah, it's 2 of these. That's 4, 8. 8, 16, 24, 32. I'm going to need a full half stack of emeralds turned into these to turn the energizing rods at least into their evolved form. And then I'm going to need to... Actually, I probably won't. I can just do this. And then it should be fine. It's going to take a little while. I'm just going to keep making this stuff and just keep evolving the stuff as much as I can. I did get another free blazing rod, so that will speed things along as well. So I just have to keep working on this, but for right now, that's probably a pretty good place to end things off. Where'd you go? There it is. So these things are now getting super sped a little bit faster with that. That can be put like that. I don't know if this is storing enough power yet right now, but we'll see. Is that any faster now? It's technically very slightly faster. Cool. But what is this alloy block used for? It's used for the creative jetpack. And it's used for 1 times, which is again just for showing off. This is used for the infinity things and those. So this doesn't even have any use. Okay, this doesn't have any use for the ATM star. I just need like a singular block of it for the infinite stuff. And actually, I think I only need to make one of the block of this, period, probably. I don't need all that other I don't need all the infinity things, just infinite sand, infinite gravel. And then 4 for the different alloy tools. And yeah, I think that might just be it. So that's not too bad. It's the hardest to get, but it has the least uses, and you don't really need that many. So I'll keep working on that between episodes, just running through the rest of this half stack of niotic crystals. Yeah. Forgot I could do that. That would have sped this along a lot faster. Hey, look. Yeah, that's so much faster doing it 9 at a time instead of all at once. But anyways, I want to thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed as much as I have, and hope to see you next time. So, without further ado, take care, everybody. Okay, so I just did a thing, and apparently it had some repercussions. So, right now, more or less everything in the system is powered off. That's because I went ahead and took a bunch of the niotic crystals we've been making, and I went ahead and upgraded everything up to nitro, which is actually pretty good. It all has storage of like 80 million, and it's all super, super fast. Why does the reward screen only sometimes pop up? Not really sure. Anyways, yeah, these things all store 80 million FE. The problem comes in when I now have these super powerful energy cables piping out 8, 16, 24, 32. I now have 8 of them. 8 times 8 is 64. 640 million FE left the system from everywhere else pumping into there. And the flux network does not move that much that quickly. So this thing immediately ran out of power, and the wither came at me and I had to kill it. These things are now all completely out of power. That didn't take long for those to drain out. I did also get this really good battery for free. That's also completely drained at this point. I have a feeling this thing's working overtime. I really need to upgrade I need to build the turbine. Actually, how does this thing full on power right now? Is it really? Oh, that thing's as pumped up as it can be. This thing produces more power than can be moved out of it. I should replace this with a better thing. Like, how much do you move? 200k? That's better than this thing, so I should change that out. Or I should be able just to go... Oh, I have a nitro one. This thing moves 100 million FE a tick. So just doing like that. Okay, that is now refilling up that. The energy plug is still moving as much as it can out of there. All of these completely stored up. Yeah, it looks like those are all completely stored up now. Yeah, I made an oopsie. I have to resummon the wither for more ether gas mining. I'm just building that up for now. I haven't used it yet anyways. We do have the ore doubler over here that still has a bunch of pink slime in it that I can't get rid of. So essentially I just keep running things through and until eventually this thing empties out. But yeah, that's where I was. I knew that I could do it. I didn't ask if I should. Anyways, I'm just doing this a few more times. Okay, those ones do... okay, it's literally instant at this point. I didn't think I was gonna get close enough to actually see this today. And I already did the outro. But there's 1 9 times block. That's technically what we need for this. You know what? Fine, I guess we are getting one of these today. I was kind of hoping to get to the actual full block of this stuff, but we don't really need to. What is it again? Is it 2 piglet hearts? It's 2 piglet hearts. Okay. Out of curiosity, I believe this cost 1 billion. Did it say it cost 1 billion Yeah, 1 billion FE. How long does that take? You know what? We can still do that really, really, really quickly. Okay, I wasn't expecting it to be that fast. Okay, it is draining power from everywheres though. So they're all out of power and will only start producing power. Okay, so we still have enough power in the system for all this. It's just not moving out fast enough. Okay, that's probably down to the flux network then. How do I fix that? I guess what I do is put a really good battery there, plug in the flux network. I don't know. I might have to set this thing up actually touching the reactor. I probably won't be able to do wireless power transfer with it because I can't upgrade these any. Power surge and bypass limit? I don't know. Oh, can I just do that? Does that just work? Have I been able to do that this whole time? I might have been able to do that this whole time. Let's see. That is now taking 8 million FE a tick. Does this have a transfer limit? 8 million? So this thing should be able to transfer 8 million at a time. This thing is now pulling in 8 million at a time. Is that not even making a dent? I don't know. Can I just add zeros? Can I just add zeros? Like, could I make this thing empty this entire thing in a millisecond? Could I do that? There we go. I have no idea if that's working. There we go. We have our first essence thing. I definitely messed that up a bit there, but oh well. Let's see. Oh, that's doing 1 million a tick. It's definitely pulling in an amount of... I don't know. I think this thing is moving I think this thing is moving a bunch of ME a tick, FE a tick. I don't know if it's moving enough. This one, it's... Yeah, I just need to put batteries on everything. That might be part of the problem. But hey, we got our first allthemodium alloy. So as soon as I figure out how I'm going to get up to this, matter ball's easy. Accumulator, that's just netherite in there. Oh, that's sky steel. That's even easier than netherite. Luke's dust printed. Okay, so that's easy. It's basically just going to be getting these. That I'm going to need to make so many of these. I have enough to make all of that. I'm just going to need to make more Certus quartz, but it is going to take a while of me just going through over and over again. But computer system, just put it all in the computer system. That'll speed things up. Oh yeah, I did get a bunch of rewards from the Wither. I ended off 6 minutes ago and we're just still rambling. But yay, we do have our first alloy ingot. I don't even need to make that many more of these. Yeah, I can make I can just make more of those between episodes, can I? I need to figure out how to fix this power system, though. But anyways, for real now, take care, everybody. That was an unexpected... I wasn't really expecting to come back there. I want to thank you all one more time for watching, and a special thank you to the channel members, Yamato Tanagura, Goddess of the Starfilled Void, and the Phantom Knight. Thank you three so much for the extra support. So for real now, take care, everybody.